The Senate will come to order. Mr. Carpenter, would you please call the roll?
Senators Baumgardner, Bridges, Cook, Corum, Court, Crowder, Danielson, Donovan, Finberg, Fields, Foote, Gardner, Janal, Gonzalez, Hill.
Excused.
Heisey, Holbert, Lee, Lundeen, Marble, Moreno, Pedersen, Priola, Rodriguez, Scott, Smallwood, Sonnenberg, Story, Tate, Todd, Williams, Winter, Woodward, Zinzinger,
Have Dave do that.
Mr. President.
Here. The morning roll call is 34 present, 0 absent, 1 excused. We have a quorum. Senator Priola, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, please join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the journal. Senator Smallwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the Journal of Tuesday, January 15th be dispensed with and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Regular and Rosen Bill 11.
Introduction of bills.
Senate Bill 84 by Senator Gardner concerning an authorization of remote notarization in connection therewith enacting the 2018 amendments to the revised uniform law and notarial acts.
State Veterans and Military Affairs. Message from the Governor.
January 8, 2019, the Honorable Colorado Senate, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred by the Constitutional Law of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to designate appointments to your consideration of the following: Executive Director of the Department of Transportation for term expiring at the pleasure of the Governor, Shoshana Miriam Liu of Denver, Colorado, to serve as an Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Transportation, appointed sincerely Jared Polis, Governor.
Transportation.
January 8, 2019, the Honorable Colorado Senate, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred by the Constitutional Law of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to designate appointments to your consideration of the following: Executive Director of the Department of Agriculture, January 8, 2019, for a term expiring at the pleasure of the Governor, Catherine Barr, Greenberg, Durango, Colorado, serves as Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Agriculture, appointed sincerely Jared Polis, Governor.
Transportation and Energy.
January 8, 2019, the Honorable Colorado Senate, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred by the Constitutional Law of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to designate appointments to your consideration of the following: Executive Director of the Department of Regulatory Agencies, effective immediately for term expiring at the pleasure of the Governor, Patricia Salazar, Denver, Colorado, appointed sincerely Jared Polis, Governor.
Agriculture and Natural Resources.
January 8, 2019, to the Honorable Colorado Senate, ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred by the Constitutional Law of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to designate appointments to your consideration of the following: Executive Director of the Department of Agriculture, January 8, 2019, for a term expiring at the pleasure of the Governor, Catherine Barr Greenberg of Durango, Colorado, to serve as Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Agriculture, appointed sincerely Jared Polis, Governor.
Agriculture and Natural Resources.
January 8, 2019, to the Honorable Colorado Senate, Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to the powers conferred upon me by the Constitution and laws of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to designate, appoint, and submit to your consideration the following: Executive Director of the Department of Regulatory Agencies, effective immediately for a term expiring at the pleasure of the Governor. Patricia Salazar, Denver, Colorado, appointed. Sincerely, Jared Polis, Governor.
Business, Labor, and Technology. Appointment letters.
January 14, 2019, Ms. Natalie Mullis, Executive Director. Ms. Natalie Mullis, please be advised that I'm appointing Senator Jeff Bridges upon the resignation of Senator Daniel Kagan to serve as Education Committee effective immediately. Sincerely, Steve Finberg, Senate Majority Leader. Senate Majority Leader, January 14, 2019, Ms. Natalie Mullis, Executive Director. Ms. Natalie Mullis, please be advised that I'm appointing Senator Jeff Bridges upon the resignation of Senator Daniel Kagan to serve on the Local Government Committee effective immediately. Sincerely, Steve Finberg. President of the Senate, January 14, 2019, Ms. Natalie Mullis, Executive Director. Ms. Natalie Mullis, please be advised that I'm appointing Senator Jeff Bridges, replacing Senator Lois Court, to serve on the Joint Technology Committee effective immediately. Sincerely, Leroy M. Garcia, Jr., Senate President.
Members, would you please join me in welcoming President Kevin Grantham? Announcements. Senator Todd.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues. It gives me great pleasure to introduce a group of very special people from Aurora, the Aurora Mental Health Center, and my good colleague from Aurora is going to join me here in doing the same. We have the Asian Pacific Development Center representatives and the Aurora Mental Health Board. The president of the board is Mark Stevenson, and Kelly Phillips Henry is our CEO. And my personal favorite board member, my most favorite person in the whole wide world is my husband, Terry Todd, who is also a member of the Aurora Mental Health Board. So please join me in welcoming them to the Capitol today.
Senator Fields.
Good morning, Mr. President and colleagues. I too want to welcome Aurora Mental Health for being at the state capitol. I can't tell you how proud I am of all the work you do. I understand that there's 26 locations, and last year you all served 26,000 people. And when I think about behavioral health and mental health, that's so very important, because I understand that 1 in 4 people will deal with some kind of mental or behavioral health issue. That's dealing with stress. And if you have stress, sometimes you don't always make the best choices. And so I'm glad that we have people like you who are compassionate and who are dedicated to helping people deal with life issues. Because most people do have issues. Who here does not have issues? See? Everyone has their hand almost raised up. So we all have issues. It's important that we have folks like you who can help navigate those concerns from childhood to adolescence to adulthood. So once again, thank you for your service to our community.
Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Business, Labor, and Technology Committee, we will meet today at 1:30. We will have the confirmation hearing for the Executive Director for the Department of Labor and Employment, and we will hear Senate Bill 1928. Thank you.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I made an announcement yesterday about the Colorado Children's Campaign breakfast, which is tomorrow morning, so this is just another reminder. It's at 8 a.m. in the West Foyer and Rotunda of the Colorado Capitol, and they're going to be talking about 10 trends in child well-being, what every policymaker should know about Colorado kids in 2019. So I please hope that you plan to join us.
Senator Quorum.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I also would like to welcome a group from my town, Montrose, the Center of Mental Health, over here in the corner, and I got to tell you, I work very closely with that group, and they tell me after 9 years in the General Assembly, I am beginning to make progress, so thank you very much.
Senator Janal.
Thank you, Mr. President. And members, just a reminder for tomorrow, the Colorado Voters for Animals is going to have their first Claw Caucus meeting, and it is in room 357. It will start at noon. Our special guest speaker is Marlon Reese, the first gentleman, as well as legislators who will be presenting their bills. on on either animal welfare or any type of animal bill. So if you are doing that, please come down or come up tomorrow. And I think it'll be a good Claw Caucus meeting, so I hope to see all of you there. Thanks.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of Transportation and Energy, hopefully you got emailed yesterday, but our joint JBC briefing has been changed. It is now upon adjournment on Friday, not 1:30 on Friday. It's upon adjournment, our joint briefing from the JBC.
Senator Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, first, I'd like to welcome representatives from Pikes Peak Mental Health in El Paso County, Colorado Springs, who are at the Capitol today for Mental Health Day. Aspen Point is their current name, and I've been on their board in years gone by. They do excellent work in the community, so thanks for joining us. I also have an announcement that the Judiciary Committee this afternoon at 1:30 will be doing the confirmation hearing for Dean Williams, the prospective designate to the Department of Corrections Executive Director. So I'll have the confirmation hearing at 1:30 this afternoon. Thank you.
Senator Fields.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the Senate House Health and Human Services, we will be meeting upon adjournment, and that will be 15 minutes after we are adjourned. Thank you.
Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will be writing a letter to the Secretary. We will have a committee reassignment, a member reassigned this afternoon for Business, Labor, and Technology, Senate Bill 28, which happens to be my bill. But the good senator from Centennial is feeling poorly, and I will be issuing a letter. Mr. President, if I may use a name at the well, just so everyone's clear, Senator Woodward will be replacing Senator Tate on business this afternoon if you have an interest in Senate Bill 28. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate adjourn until 9 a.m. Thursday, January 17th, 2019.
You have heard the motion. Is there any objection? Seeing none, the Senate will be adjourned until 0900 on Thursday, January 17, 2019.